Is blindness a barrier? No.
Is deafness a barrier? No.
Are mobility, learning, cognitive disabilities, speech impairments and others, or even a combination of them, barriers? No way. Lack of accessibility is.
Welcome to Web Accessibility for All.
Follow the blind. This journey starts now.
Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Web Accessibility for All. I am Ariel, your host. Today, we are exploring one of the most rewarding challenges of web design: creating apps for kids that are truly accessible. Children are curious, honest, and full of surprises, and designing for them is an adventure. In this episode, we'll uncover 5 key lessons for building accessible web apps for kids. Let's jump in.
Okay.
Lesson 1: Know your audience.
During an usability test, Sarah, a bright 4-year-old, opened an app. She tapped around and looked up asking puzzled.
Where's the puppy?
They'd included a character in the onboarding, but didn't carry it through the interface. To Sarah, the puppy was her guide, and without it, she felt lost. How kids grow and learn really changes how they use technology.
Toddlers and preschoolers ages 2 to 4.
These users heavily rely on visuals, sounds, and intuitive navigation. They often can't read, so icons, animations, and audio feedback are key. For example, a smiling sun icon for start is more effective than text.
Young children ages 5 to 7.
This group begins to recognize simple text, but still benefits from visual aids. They can handle short, direct instructions paired with icons or animations.
Older kids ages 8 to 12.
Older children can comprehend more complex instructions and text-based navigation, but still appreciate clear and visually engaging interfaces. Therefore, we should make the interface flexible based on the kid's needs. I mean, how big the buttons are or what sounds are played.
Lesson 2: Communication without text.
As Steve Krug famously said,
The human brain doesn't need much to figure out how to work things. The less thought required, the better.
for kids, this holds doubly true. Leo, a bright-eyed 4-year-old, stared at the square during testing and said,
I don't know. It's just a square. It needs to say something.
Well, this showed that talking to kids on a screen is harder than just using shapes and words. You have to really understand how kids think and talk. Little kids, especially those who can't read yet, learn by seeing, hearing, and touching. If the screen doesn't let them do those things, it can be confusing and frustrating for them. Here is how we could address this.
Use intuitive visuals.
Icons should represent their function clearly. For example, a trash can icon for delete or a smiling face for profile is far more intuitive than generic shapes or abstract designs. Avoid ambiguity. Icons like a gear for settings might confuse younger users who don't associate gears with configuration.
Add audio prompts.
Incorporate simple spoken cues for non-readers. When a child hovers over a button, a cheerful voice might say,
This is the play button.
Audio feedback can also reinforce actions. For instance, a chime sound upon successful interaction.
Incorporate animations and transitions.
We could use movement to get kids to look at the right place, but we shouldn't overdo it. A button that gently bounces up and down can show kids where to tap without making the screen too busy. Animations can also help kids understand what to do. For example, showing a finger tapping a button can show them how to use it.
Support multisensory feedback.
We can add a little vibration when they touch the screen. This would give kids a small feeling when they tap a button, letting them know it worked. This aligns with WCAG operable principle, which emphasizes creating interfaces that all users can navigate and interact with effectively. Techniques like audio prompts also support WCAG perceivable principle, making content accessible in multiple formats.
Consider neurodivergence.
Neurodivergent kids may be hypersensitive to sensory input. To support them, reduce visual clutter. Clean, simple layouts are less overwhelming. Also consider offering toggle options for animations or sounds and use predictable navigation patterns to reduce anxiety. WCAG emphasizes minimizing potential triggers for users with sensory sensitivity.
Lesson 3: Frustration is the enemy.
I pressed it, but it didn't do anything. Why is it so slow?
Emily's frustration wasn't about waiting, it was about uncertainty. Kids need constant feedback to stay engaged. To enhance the user experience, incorporate fun loading animations such as spinning characters or progress bars with playful messages like
"Getting ready to play."
Furthermore, simplify tasks by eliminating unnecessary steps. Finally, keep in mind WCAG Understandable Guideline, which emphasizes the importance of reducing cognitive strain on users by presenting content in a clear and concise manner.
Lesson 4: Prepare for the unexpected.
Lily, a curious 5-year-old, began tapping every corner of the screen, giggling. She exclaimed,
I found a secret button.
Sadly, she found a problem with the app. Kids are really good at trying things out in unexpected ways, so we need to make sure the app can handle anything they throw at it. We should also test the app thoroughly with real kids in different situations.
Lesson 5: Building safe and ethical experiences.
During a testing session, Mia, an 8-year-old, was so captivated by a minigame in an app that she didn't want to stop. She whispered to the tester,
Can I play just one more time, please?
Her parents later shared that Mia had skipped homework that evening because she found it hard to put the app down. This moment made us reflect deeply. Were we creating a tool for learning and fun, or something that unintentionally encouraged compulsive use? Were we unknowingly exploiting her youthful enthusiasm for something less innocent? The internet is overflowing with content designed to keep children hooked for as long as possible, often with the goal of making money. But we have a moral duty to create digital spaces that don't take advantage of children's trust or their still developing mind. Here are some key ethical design principles to keep in mind.
1. Avoid dark patterns.
We absolutely need to avoid sneaky tricks that try to trick kids into doing things they don't want to. Things like pop-ups that try to trick them into buying stuff or keep them playing for too long can be really harmful. We shouldn't force kids to keep playing or give them rewards based on how long they play. This can make them want to play all the time, which isn't healthy.
2. Respect children's privacy.
Never collect sensitive personal information without explicit, informed consent from a parent or guardian. This includes data like full names, locations, contact details, or biometric data. The Children's Online Privacy Protection Act in the United States and GDPR in Europe have clear guidelines regarding children's data privacy. Even when collecting minimal data, ensure transparency about why and how data will be used. Don't exploit kids' trust for commercial gain. Make sure to include a clear parental consent option for any data collection.
3. Limit compulsive triggers.
We should avoid using rewards or creating situations where kids feel like they can easily stop playing. For example, things like daily streaks can make kids feel guilty or anxious. This can push them to keep playing just to keep up.
4. Implement healthy breaks and time awareness features.
Provide nudges that encourage children to take breaks, making sure the game or app doesn't become too absorbing. For instance, a friendly reminder like,
"It's time for a short break,"
can help them balance screen time with other activities.
5. Ensure age-appropriate content.
We need to protect kids from anything harmful. Apps should only show things that are age-appropriate and safe for kids. Dr. Sherry Tuckle, an expert on digital culture, stresses the importance of not allowing children's digital environments to shape their lives at the expense of their well-being.
We must put technology in its place, making it work for our children instead of the other way around.
Making apps that are easy for kids to use isn't just about making sure they work well. It's about creating a safe and responsible digital world for them. Designing for kids presents a unique set of challenges, but trust me, it's worth it. When we build apps that make them giggle, help them learn, and make them feel like they belong, we are building a brighter digital tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Web Accessibility for All. Let's make the internet a place where kids can have fun, explore, and stay safe. See you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for joining us today. Subscribe for a new challenge next week. And don't be shy. Leave us a review or ask your accessibility questions online. See you next week for another episode of Web Accessibility for All.